What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several news directly related to our story. First of all, I will show you the recent update from a couple of our headliners in regards to the most recent information and their most recent activity. Then I will show you very important news, especially for those of you who hold your MMTLP shares on Webull accounts. And at the end of this video, I will show you a very interesting update from John Burda and another our headliners. And this news potentially might lead us to the exact number of naked shorted position. And we will find out this information through the recent class action lawsuit settlement. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and hit the like button for me, because it is very important to see this support from you, from my viewers. On top of that, guys, drop me a line in the comment section and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because more than 60% of you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. So, and let's start with this news. You know that Don Fis recently, at the end of January and the very beginning of February, he had a business trip to District Columbia and he had a lot of meetings with Congress members, and he explained our current status, our current situation to them, and he tried to push their efforts in order to help the MMTLP community. And for now, just 18 hours ago, he wrote this: "I'm headed back to Washington, D.C. very soon. Details will be released later today." And guys, I think it will be another amazing trip and another amazing results from Don Fis. And I think he has a lot of information to disclose in regards to our case. That is why I just passionately wait for his updates. On top of that, guys, you know that we have a lot of headliners who are trying to push our case forward. One of them is definitely Dennis Neal. He is a host of What's Bugging Me podcast. And let me show you this news that was published on MMTLP Resources. What's Bugging Me continued coverage. Dennis Neal lays out all of his podcast coverage of MMTLP. One of the more recent allies for MMTLP has been journalist and podcaster Dennis Neal. His podcast What's Bugging Me, available on Ricochet and Apple Podcasts, has devoted a great deal of time to the MMTLP saga. Former podcast guests have included Johnny Tobacco, Junk Savvy, Syntax, Representative Ralph Norman, and Han the Short Killer. The most recent episode from February 29th features MMTLP community advocate Anna. And guys, you can see all, you can basically hear all his podcasts on what's on ricochet.com. And the most recent one, as you can see, was published on February 29. And I have to admit that Anna, who was the special guest for this podcast, has also a lot of information to disclose, because it is difficult to overestimate her contribution to this case. And you know that she was the first person who asked Gary Gensler directly and who asked tricky questions in regards to MMTLP saga. So that is why this podcast is also very useful and very informative if you want to know more about our recent updates. So, let me show you the next news that is directly related to MMTLP holders who have their shares on Webull. So, Webull opens transfer window. App broker Webull has decided to offer options of their customers for transferring to AST with a deadline of March 15th. So, if you are MMTLP shareholder and if your broker dealer is Webull, you have less than 2 weeks to transfer your shares. And you basically have 4 options. You can transfer your non-IRA shares to AST or IRA shares to AST via 2 transferring types. You can transfer it electronically, and in this case, your transfer fee will be $75, or you can mail physical certificates. In this case, the transfer fee will be $235. And in my opinion, it is another good step towards the potential resolution of our case, because you know that a lot of people stuck with Webull because Webull blocked them to transfer these shares to ST. And for now, we have this window, and this window definitely gives an opportunity to transfer your shares if you want to do it. So let me show you further. You know that just recently, basically I covered it in two my previous videos. We have results from class action lawsuit. We have a potential settlement that leads to the payments of $0.015 per common stock for each and every shareholder who is eligible and who bought or hold their shares in these dates in between September 21st, 2020 and June 24, 2022. And yes, I have to admit that it is quite a weird decision, and not so many people were satisfied because of these payments. And guys, I don't want to cover this lawsuit again. I did it just yesterday, but for now we have very interesting update from John Burda and 100 MPH. John Burda wrote this tweet and he quoted this tweet of 100 MPH, and he made this statement: also could provide evidence of fraud via counterfeit shares if enough investors report their holdings. MPH could request this form of a share count as discoverable evidence, just thinking outside the box. And let me show you what did John Burda write in response to this. I was thinking the same thing. How many shareholders and total shares were they given by Broadridge to mail to? And how many will join? If more than 165 million, they may be doing us a favor. And guys, what are they talking about, you might wonder. And here's what. You know that the settlement fund is $3 million in cash. You know that every shareholder who is eligible for these payments will have about $0.015 per share. You know that other fees that was included in this $3 million is $1 million as an award of attorney's fees, and some minor thousands dollars on top of this amount. And guys, if you subtract $1 million from $3 million, we will have about $2 million left for these payments. If you divide $2 million by $0.015 per share, it will be about 133,333,333 shares. And guys, it is less than 165 million shares that was originally issued by Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. And if we will have more than 165 million shares, and definitely we might have much more people who is eligible to these payments because they were shareholders of TRCH or they bought MMTLP shares inside this window. In this case, through this class action lawsuit, we will have a pure evidence that it was much more shares than 165 million, and it is another potential evidence of counterfeiting this ticker symbol. And guys, I think it is quite a clever decision to find out this number through a discoverable evidence. And I think it might work, and I think it is another potential path how we can find out the real number of shares. So, let me show you another quite interesting news. Dr. E, 23 hours ago, wrote this tweet in response to C-Plant's tweet, and C-Plant wrote, here's some logical questions. How does any hedge fund issue an audited settlement other investors when their books don't balance? Is that the sold but not purchased catch-all account? Could this be why certain companies have reached out to NBH to help them settle their imbalances? What about the broker-dealers and market makers? And Dr. E wrote this. Voluntarily self-reported broker short positions to FINRA are 2.65 million oversold. This is the floor number, keyword voluntary. Read it all here, not my opinion, fact, speculation to now proven oversold. Congress reps must meet in person. And we have an answer from Mark Basile, and he wrote, bigger question, DOC is which brokers holds those short positions and why hasn't FINRA brought any regulatory disciplinary proceedings against them? Just raises more questions. And guys, every actions that happened back in the days and that is happening right now, it might be used in our case and it might be a crucial point in the litigations. That is why Mark Basile, as another our headliner who filed several lawsuits and who is preparing the next lawsuit, and we will see this update I think within next from several days to a couple of weeks. And these lawsuits are definitely pushing our case forward, and we have to help them by making our own due diligence and by sharing this information inside the community. And to do this, guys, you have to know the most recent updates, and to know it, please subscribe to my channel and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. See you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.